and I have no problem going toe-to-toe with established vegans on social media. But there are a lot of vegans, including me, who want to lower the volume and intensity on some of the sharp vegan judgment that exists here on YouTube. And if I'm being completely honest, the first thing I'd order is a Domino's extra cheesy pizza. I really don't like making distinctions across ethical lines because it makes me feel like I'm putting myself on some delusional pedestal. Today's video is all about answering your questions you left for me on Instagram, so without further ado, let's get into your questions. Dumb Vegan asks, as your channel grows, you'll undoubtedly begin to receive more ad hominem attacks due to your willingness to be critical of established vegans on social media. How will you handle this, and will you begin to bite your tongue more to keep the peace? YouTube to me is a democratic self-broadcasting website that gives ordinary people like me a platform to share my views, and I have no problem going toe-to-toe with established vegans on social media. Now, even though I'm a nice guy, I'm not easily intimidated, so no, I have no plans to pull back on my content. In fact, expect a lot more of the same. Noctin asks, what inspired you to start YouTube? Well, I was watching a whole lot of YouTube at the time and hearing a whole lot of stupid and thought, hey, I have an opinion, and damn it, people need to hear it. Now, I didn't know at the time how addicting it would become because making videos is an amazing creative outlet. And it's my viewers who inspire me to keep going and pushing the channel forward. Sin Press Play asks, what are your thoughts on a higher fat vegan diet versus a low fat vegan diet? Look, unless a doctor prescribes a particular diet for medical reasons, I think these are fad diets. Low-fat diets have been around for decades, you guys know this, and are popular among people who want to lose weight. These diets can also be attractive to people who have food and eating disorders. I see this as more of a mental problem than a physical solution. Some great advice I heard from someone, I can't remember who it was now, but if you eat a well-balanced diet from a wide variety of foods, then you don't have to worry. Your body does the math. That appealed to the math teacher in me. Rockin' Veg asked, Vegan Cheetah said recently there is more ways to be vegan other than what you eat. How do you interpret the statement? I don't think it's useful to be changing the meaning of the word vegan. Vegan is well defined and more people are coming to understand what it means. If we start blurring its meaning, then things get confusing, which I don't think is beneficial to the animals. But there are a lot of vegans, including me, who want to lower the volume and intensity on some of the sharp vegan judgment that exists here on YouTube. And as a result, talk more approvingly about diets that reduce eating animal foods. The term vegan is going to appeal to a very small percentage of the population. So if that's the only option discussed on vegan YouTube, then most people will feel excluded and worse, judged for their choices. That's not what we should be doing. I think we need to open the conversation and provide support to anyone who wants to reduce meat consumption, but vegan is vegan. No need to change the definition on that. Jonathan Keaton asks, how does having a YouTube channel fit into your day-to-day life? My advice for anyone thinking about possibly starting a YouTube channel is be prepared to be very busy, especially if you have a real job. You have to remember that people are looking forward to your next upload, so consistency and discipline is mandatory. You have to be very efficient with your time, and you need to make every minute of every day count. YouTube is like anything. If it's important to you, you're going to find time for it. Eco Wishloff asks, would you ever go back to not being vegan? And if so, what would be the first thing you would eat? No one can predict the future, but I have no plans to change anytime soon. But since you're asking, and if I'm being completely honest, the first thing I'd order is a Domino's extra cheesy pizza. The Necro Hazard asks, what type of vegan would you consider yourself, ethical or health-based? And have you ever had any heated discussions with non-vegans? To me, I'm just vegan. I really don't like making distinctions across ethical lines because it makes me feel like I'm putting myself on some delusional pedestal. I'm not perfect and don't always recycle, and I own a leather sofa, which by the way I bought before I went vegan, and I use way too much water when I shower, so I refuse to crown an ethical halo over my incredibly imperfect head. Now, I've never had a heated discussion about veganism because I don't feel it's my place to push the lifestyle onto another person. I like the quiet practitioner approach. Keep your head down, do what feels right to you, and grow as a person every day. People will notice. Christy Nuzzo asks, how do you make sure you get in all your proper nutrients on a daily basis and not become deficient in anything? Any tips? This has been my worry. Well, I think it's normal to worry about that when you first go vegan. This is going to sound totally stupid, but At first I imagined all my cells might actually start disintegrating after I stopped eating meat. And they didn't. Now, what I did to alleviate this worry was pay a visit to a well-trained naturopath who knows how to counsel people on vegetarian and vegan diets. I also had blood work done a couple of times just to make sure things were okay. The most important thing, I think, is to get as educated as you can on a vegan diet. Be aware of the fact that the American Dietetic Association, which I will say is a very conservative organization, says a vegan diet is appropriate at all stages of life. Now, I'm not recommending a diet here, so please don't hammer me in the comments. I love eating a broad range of foods and focus on lots of veggies and foods that make me feel full and give me lots of energy. I love beans, rice, and potatoes. Some people use veganism as a diet to lose weight, and as a result, they end up having problems. Others eat a very unhealthy vegan diet and also run into problems. If you eat a healthy vegan diet and have it checked out by a professional, you'll likely start worrying a lot less. Chill out, enjoy your diet, and let me know how things go. Jozuki asks, why do you think so many vegans fail and go back to eating animal products? I kind of alluded to this earlier. I think there are lots of people who use veganism as a weight loss solution. And if it's treated exclusively as a weight loss tool, then like any diet plan, it will eventually come to a screeching halt. The other reason is that some people, especially very young people, see it as fashionable or rebellious, and it becomes their sort of temporary identity. Eventually, we grow out of our rebellious phase, making veganism far less interesting. Geeky Fit Madison asks, what's your favorite vegan meal that you cook on a regular basis? This is gonna sound really boring, guys, but it's homemade lentils and sweet potato with a mix of green veggies, olives, and kimchi on the side. And for dessert, dates and nuts. The Aesthetic Vegan asks, do you think Plant Eats will rule the world? Look, if Donald Trump can become president of the United States, I'd say I'm well in the running. Organic 61 asks, what are your thoughts on honey? I don't eat honey. Most vegans don't consider honey vegan. To me, I just don't like the stuff. Jozuki asks, what do you think is the most effective way to get people interested in veganism? I think it's about getting the message out in as many different ways as possible. I think YouTube is having a big influence on the millennials. I even heard Dr. Oz the other day report veganism was one of the fastest trending diet choices. Some channels like to focus on slaughterhouse footage, others like to cite studies and statistics, and some people have told me they have made dietary changes because of this very channel. So be yourself in your messaging. You don't have to be a loudmouth about it. Be you, and that might influence the people around you. Not This Queen asks, do you have any pets? Nope, no pets. I'm allergic. Haleski asks, are you originally from Vancouver? You sound like you might have a maritime accent. Yes, I'm actually from the Maritime Provinces of Canada, which explains why I talk so funny. Emily Karen asks, what's your favorite restaurant in Vancouver? I love Meat, M-E-E-T. There are 2 locations, one on Main Street, one in Gastown. 100% amazing vegan comfort food. The other is the Nom in Kitsilano. It's the best place in town to have breakfast or brunch. For dinner, I recommend the Nom Burger Platter. Ren Black Cat asks, what is your favorite thing to do for fun? I love going out to dinner. I love going to the movies. I love being stupid with friends. I love traveling, yoga, working out, walking around the seawall here in Vancouver. And most of all, I love making YouTube videos for you guys. I am Jaxus asks, have you inspired any of your students to go vegan? Not that I'm aware of, no, but hopefully I inspire them to be the best people they can be. Acropeas asks, what are your best recipes for someone who just went vegan? My sister's going vegan for the month of February. Please, this is my best advice. Please check out the YouTube channel, Hot for Food. They make the most delicious recipes, and I've tried some of them out. My favorite comfort food recipe that I actually got from their website is the creamy cheesy mac and peas. It's completely delicious and addicting. Ren Black Cats asks, what is your favorite place to travel to? Hands down, it has to be New York City. I love New York. I love everything about it. I love the shows, the avenues, the energy, the skyscrapers. I love New York. Uni Dimension asks, I love Vancouver in the summer, but the winter is rainy and gloomy. What do you do to stay cheerful during the winter in Vancouver? Oh man, the first year I moved here, I really struggled with this. I'm used to it now and actually like overcast days because it gives me an excuse to close the blinds, eat lots of comfort food, and binge watch Netflix. All right guys, there's the video for today. Please leave your comments down below and share your thoughts. If you should have questions that you want me to answer in a future video, please go over to Instagram and first follow me. The link is down below in the description box. And report your question and I will reserve it for a future video. And tomorrow I will be announcing the winner. 3 people will be winning their own Super Fresh Plant Eats t-shirts. Let me grab one here. Oh my gosh. So 3 people will be getting their very own Super Fresh Plant Eats t-shirt. And the names will be announced tomorrow on Instagram. So again, go on over to Instagram and start following me soon. And I look forward to seeing y'all back here in a few days' time for another Super Fresh video.